crazy men out there who verbally domestic violence. You can't call domestic violence holding
verbally
women.
Domestic violence. What?
Verbal violence, domestic
Verbal
violence.
violence.
That is what it is. Verbal violence. It is violence.
Yeah.
Search the definition of violence.
Okay, since
Boys.
verbal violence is a real thing, can you define what verbal violence is?
Okay,
please?
verbal violence is when you try to antagonize somebody with verbal words until they get triggered. So that's what causes violence as a whole. That's what I mean by verbal violence. If I start to do verbal violence, there will be insightfulness, there will be animosity, there will be anger, and then it will then proceed to violence. That's why I said verbal violence.
Okay.
And if you don't understand it, then you're fucking stupid, goddamn it.
No, that is not even like a real term. Like, listen, man.
Okay,
we can't sit here and manufacture arbitrary terms to try to define something that makes you feel a certain way. The thing is this, ladies.
Since you like facts, my G.
Let me finish?
Yes, I will. Sorry.
The point I'm trying to make is this. Women control who has sex. Men control who gets a relationship. If you want a relationship with a man, it's based on his rules. You are free to leave the relationship at any point in time and no longer be with that guy. But what I'm saying is this. We teach guys on this podcast to have standards and hold women to these standards. And if they don't want to hold themselves to that standard, that's fine. They can go and deal with another guy. The problem is this. Women want a boyfriend, right? They want to get married, but they don't want to necessarily be good girlfriends or wives. That's the problem. Women want to be able to have a boyfriend, but act like they're still single at all times. And my problem is I tell guys, don't let your girl do that, period. It's disrespectful to you as a man. If you buy the car and she runs around with a for sale sign, it's extremely disrespectful to you as a man. That's why we tell guys not to allow their girl to do certain things. And remember, when I say not allow, what I mean is don't tolerate it. If she wants to act like she's single, let her be single and go back to.
She belongs to the streets.
But otherwise, if you want to carry my last name or you want to be assigned to me, that comes with certain prerequisites. Just like you want me to make a certain amount of money, to be a certain height, to have confidence, to be attractive, etc. I'm not going to bust my ass to become and then have a girl that says, oh, well, I'm going to go do what I want to do. Nah, that's not the way this works. Because women are born with value and men have to create their value. So if a man goes through the hard work of creating his value, he should be able to hold his woman to a certain standard. Period.
What say you?
Okay, what I can say about that is how about the men who have no form of what value is for themselves? How about the men who use their baby mama's car because they have the inability to buy their own car or their own things?
Good question.
How about the men how about the men who go in and out of the female's house and then she's like, why are you coming in my house? And then he just want a Scooby snack because he broke and he just coming in and out. And you know what's happened is males are very, very much so domineering. So it's hard to get rid of males than it is to get rid of females. They're domineering in energy. They're stronger. Some even, you know, settle for actually hitting domestic abuse. Sorry. Some even settle for actually starting to hit if they don't get what they want. So that's a form of forcefulness.
Okay. Who picks the guy?
Who picks the guy? They both mutually have to pick each other.
No.
Pause.
If I approach a woman and I say, hey, you're cute. What's your name? What's your number? You could tell me right then and there, no, I'm good. And then I'm done. The woman allows the man into her life. Period.
But a lot of the times they hide who they really are at first.
What?
Yeah. A lot of the times the men will hide who they really are at first to get what they want.
Okay, so if you believe that.
So whose job is it to figure that out?
I mean,
if you get bitten by a cobra, whose fault is it for getting bitten by the cobra? The cobra for acting in its natural state, or you for not protecting yourself from the cobra and or preparing yourself to get bitten from the cobra, or abstaining from it, looking for warning signs?
In that instance, it's been a cobra the whole time. You see that it's a cobra. It didn't have a dog face on at first. You knew it was a cobra the whole time. It's different.
Okay,
with a man.
So cobras instruct danger. They're a symbolization of danger, correct?
It's an analogy. We're not. I'm using it as an analogy. The point is this, ladies. You got to have some accountability. If you deal with a guy that is financially inept, not a good man, whatever it is, you're going to be able to see these warning signs very early on. So that's on you for picking that guy.